Hi guys, Joanna here, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing and rating new perfumes from Khadlaj. Apparently, these fragrances are very hyped in TikTok and even in Instagram. Just to let you guys know, I received these perfumes in PR, not a paid ad though. I have these perfumes for quite some time now, so I am basically ready to let you guys know what I think of them. The first three perfumes, I've been testing them out for the past week, while the other two, I have them for almost like 3 weeks now. So let's start off with the fragrance that is very, very hype in TikTok and Instagram right now, Shiyaaka Sky. First of all, I think the color of the bottle is very cute. And actually, even the bottle, I think is very cute as well. Now, let's talk about the scent. Shiyaaka Sky smells fun, fresh, light, airy, and young. This to me smells like you just took shower and then you put on a talc scented lotion, and then somehow you get out of your balcony and caught some cold fog on your face. There's something very cloud fluffy like about Shiyaaka Sky that I am loving so much. Now, apparently, it is duping Hermes Herb Turbolante, which is very, very hard to find anywhere, I think. I haven't tried that fragrance yet, so I'm not gonna say anything about the comparison between the two, but all I can say is that Shiyaaka Sky to me doesn't really smell like herbal. This to me smells more of like fresh powder, talc, and cloud. There's something about it that makes me feel good when I spray it. It somehow feels cold as well to the feel. And what I like about it is that it somehow feels cold, but at the same time, it's also a little bit powdery. I will say the composition is very, very good. It's very smooth, very refined. There's nothing about it that smells screechy. I don't find it herbally, maybe like just a slight greenness coming from the neroli. However, I'm not gonna consider this fragrance as something green. This to me smells more of like fresh, cloud-like, powdery talc scent that, in my opinion, is amazing. Scent-wise, I love this perfume so much. It is very unisex. It is a kind of unisex scent that I will wear myself, and I would love to smell it as well on a man. I let my husband try it as well on him. I love it on him too. However, the performance is quite lacking. It lasted on him around 2 to 4 hours, and I mean, it literally disappeared after 4 hours. However, on me, it somehow lasted between 2, maximum 5 hours. With the first 2 hours, actually, I could smell it on myself strongly. After that, it was just a skin scent. I think it is a beautiful, powdery, fresh, kind of like laundry like skin scent. I really, really like it. I just wish that the performance is better. However, with the price, I am not complaining. So scent wise, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, but considering the performance is a bit lacking, I'm gonna give it a total score of 8 out of 10. Once again, Shiyaaka Sky by Khadlaj. It is a very unisex fragrance, and I highly recommend it if the sound of a fresh, slightly green, powdery, talc-like scent sound appealing to you. And yeah, all right, next up is something that I haven't heard anyone talk about yet. The bottle was so cute that I was actually very curious that I sprayed it first when I received the PR from Khadlaj. By the way, this is vanilla milk, La Fed, and guys, as the name suggests, you will somehow think that it's going to be milky, lactonic, and it's actually not. This is a sweet, musky, vanilla scent that smells fresh. It opens up quite peppery, and then as it dries down, it somehow becomes sweet. And I'm talking about sweet vanilla and musk combo. In the note breakdown, it says it has jasmine, lily of the valley, freesia, lavender. But honestly, I'm not getting any lavender here at all. Not even jasmine. I will say yes to the freesia because of the sweetness of the florals. The strongest notes to my nose are musk, vanilla, and sandalwood. I think that this is a very, very likable scent. It somehow reminds me of Flor Narcotic DNA or like Valaya, but it's not a dupe of it. It is in that category. Remove the ambroxan, remove the peach, and make it like simpler and more wearable. I think that this is a very likable feminine scent. It is mainly vanilla, musk, and sandalwood to my nose. Performance wise, it lasted on me around 4 to 5 hours with moderate to soft projection. Having said that, performance is okay. I won't consider it as something like very soft, considering that I have it for like almost a week now. I think if you're someone who enjoys very feminine, clean smelling scent, you're gonna love Vanilla Milk. This is very feminine leaning. It has a decent performance. I saw in Fragrantica that people are comparing it with Kayali's Musk Santal. I haven't tried that fragrance as well, so I'm not gonna compare them side by side. But yeah, to me, this is all about musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. Very sweet and musky and fresh. Very likable scent. And overall, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Once again, vanilla milk. All right, next up, I'm not gonna lie, I think is my favorite out of the 3 newest releases from Khadlaj that they sent me. So this is Karus Gold Absolu. Now, I thought that it is going to be something woody and woody, but to my surprise, it is not, because this perfume is extremely fresh and very summer-like. I like this perfume so much to the point that I use it 2 consecutive days the moment I received it, because this is like my kind of scent, especially when it's hot and humid outside. Now, I'm gonna go straight to the point because I've seen reviews that people are comparing it with Byredo's Bal de Freak Absolu. I don't have the Absolu version, but I have the original Bal de Freak. And the moment that I sprayed Karus Gold Absolu, I was reminded straight away of Bal de Freak. However, I find it to be sweeter and more potent. I find the candied lemon and praline here to be very pronounced. The musk, yes, but it's just in the background. I won't really say that it is a woody scent as well. To me, this is a sweet citrus musk scent combo that I'm sure as well a lot of you will enjoy, as I really, really enjoy this fragrance. Yes, it is fresh, citrusy. However, I don't find it sharp, like other citrus heavy fragrances that somehow gives that dishwashing liquid vibes. Gold Absolute is very smooth and bright. I absolutely love it. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Performance is amazing on this one, guys. It lasted me the whole day. And the best part is that I could smell it on myself the entire time. Because I don't know about you guys, I don't really care about compliments. The most important to me is that I should smell it on myself. And that's what Karus Gold Absolu delivered. So this is a very long lasting, sweet citrus musky scent that is extremely likable. Yes, it is very, very close to Bal de Freak. Like, I could tell that Khadlaj tried to do Bal de Freak and they even made it better. Like, as of now, which one do I like better? I prefer Karus Gold Absolu because it is more potent, it is definitely stronger, and I love the bright and fresh citrusy musk combo that actually stay the entire wear time. Now, I highly recommend you Karus Gold Absolu if the sound of stronger and better projecting sweeter Baldafric sounds appealing to you. I find this fragrance unisex. However, because of its sweetness, I think it is more feminine leaning. Performance is fantastic. It lasts more than 8 hours as it stays forever on clothes. I wore this yesterday when I accompanied my kids to a kid's birthday party. It lasted me the entire afternoon with a very strong and good projection for the first 3 to 4 hours, guys. Like I could smell this perfume on myself the entire time, and I just love it so much. So yeah, that's my review of Karus Gold Absolu. A solid 9 out of 10, and I highly recommend it if the sound of a sweeter about the freak that lasts and projects better sounds appealing to you. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because it is not an original composition by Khadlaj. However, I highly recommend it to you guys. The next fragrance is called Icon. So the bottle is dark blue and it's really giving masculine energy. Yeah, because this is a masculine leaning fragrance, like no doubt about that. Icon to me is a spicy, warm, ambery, blue scent. Honestly, it's kind of giving Sauvage by Dior vibes, like, but not really, because apparently it is duping Bleu de Chanel exclusive. Now, I don't have the exclusive version, but Bleu de Chanel is one of my favorite scents on my husband, so I'm very, very familiar with the scent of Bleu de Chanel. And all I can say is that yes, it has the DNA. However, this is definitely spicier and more ambery. Actually, it reminds me more of Sauvage than the OG Bleu de Chanel. It somehow smells like a lighter and airier version of Sauvage. I can imagine it as a signature scent of someone who is into spicy, ambery scent. The labdanum incense and amber combo in here is very, very strong. I'm gonna categorize it as a spicy, ambery, dark woody scent. Now, I mentioned dark woody, but not smoky, okay? The amber that they use in here gave this fragrance so much depth along with the incense. So yeah, having said that, it is a very serious fragrance in my opinion, and I can imagine like someone in their 30s up wearing this fragrance as a signature scent, for example. Projection, I will say it is moderate. It lasts on my husband maximum 6 to 7 hours with strong projection for the first hour until it becomes moderate. I'm gonna rate Icon an 8 out of 10 overall. All right, and last but not the least is Intoxicate Mystique under the La Fed collection. I love the green color of the bottle. By the way, I find it very luxurious looking, and the lid as well is gorgeous. Now let's talk about the scent. Intoxicate Mystique is another spicy fragrance to me. However, this is more of like a fresh, spicy, green, woody. As this fragrance dries down, it becomes very balsamic. So fresh, spicy, green scent that I find very sexy actually and very masculine. Not gonna lie, I prefer Intoxicate Mystique when it comes to how I want to smell it on a man because there's something about Intoxicate Mystique that to me smells quite mysterious. But at the same time, it has that fresh quality to it, making it feel like more approachable. In my opinion, this perfume is apparently duping Prada Paradigm or Prada Paradigm. Now, I have tried that fragrance once or twice when I was in the airport. And to be honest with you, I can't really remember exactly how it smells like. So I'm not going to comment how close they are. However, all I can say is that Intoxicate Mystique smells more expensive than what it is. Like, this can pass as a designer perfume, in my opinion. So, if the sound of a fresh, green, spicy, balsamic, woody scent sounds appealing to you, then I highly recommend you checking out Intoxicate Mystique. This perfume is very long lasting, as it lasts on my husband more than 8 hours, okay? And it is eternal on clothes. This is a kind of scent that will stick on your clothes even after you wash it off. Like, I could still smell Intoxicate Mystique in one of my husband's polo shirt, and even after wash, it is still quite strong. So yeah, having said that, performance of this perfume is beastly. He really loves this as well on him because he prefers beastly kind of fragrances. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And if the sound of fresh, spicy, balsamic, woody scent sounds appealing to you, I can imagine this fragrance as a signature scent as well of a man, as it can be perfect all year round. And yeah, having said that, I'm gonna give this fragrance a solid 9 out of 10. Once again, Intoxicate Mystique by Khadlaj. So that is the video for today, guys. Those are my honest thoughts and opinions about this new perfume releases by Khadlaj. Now, let me know if you've tried any of them, or if you are curious to check out any of these fragrances. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoy reviews of Middle Eastern fragrances, I'm gonna pop up a playlist up in here so you can binge watch. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!